Shalom, shalom, shalom. Tap in, I am tap in. To the Father be all the glory. Ashara and Harold Draper. Shalom family. Major blessings out there. Sorry for the tardiness. Took care of all my situations and sped home as fast as I could. Still didn't have what I needed. Was about to cook me some more okra. It's like, oh. Can't do that. I gotta get on this, right? So Salakia about that. Need some key limes, man. So I can have me some alkaline water. Pray y'all blessed out there. Right? But we gonna talk this talk. Seven people immediately. That's a good number. It's perfection. Oh, eighth person came, huh? Let me see. Let me see. Real quick. We'll play some music. I gotta figure out how to get it sounding right. All praises to the Most High. Emails is loaded. What is this? He said, oh my God. Hey. Man, he just jumped on my man's back in the bathroom. You see this? Attacking folks. You see that? This is what's going on out there, fam. This world is going crazy. Right? What do you think it is? Because you didn't see this in the 80s. Right? Not even crackheads acted like that. Right? You could still speak to a crackhead and reach them, but this stuff, this is something else. Some crazy stuff going on out there. It's in the food, it's in the air, it's in the water, it's in the medication, it's in the hair products, it's in the deodorant, right? It's in the cosmetics. It's everywhere, fam. It's in your cleaning products. How dangerous is that, right? If the stuff that you're cleaning your house with, they told us to wear rubber gloves, didn't they? We forgot about that. What happened to those yellow rubber gloves we used to wear? We stopped doing that. When the last time you seen somebody have to have some gloves in order to clean with these chemicals? Right? Do I think there's something that makes one more susceptible than another? Tell me more about that. What do you mean? What do you mean about that, Sister Ashara? Feed my curiosity. Make one what? One zombie, one product, one chemical, or what? What do you mean by that? Tell me some more. You'll call when I open the line. The line's open. That number is on the screen. You could call in right now if you so please. But let's look at this video. Oh, what do you mean? One person. Okay. A lot of the stuff, no. A lot of the stuff, absolutely not. Does not matter. Some stuff, yes, it's bio, you know. It's a bio weapon. It's race specific. Some stuff they ain't playing. They trying to take 12 tribes out. But that has crossed all racial lines now. Now it's about depopulation, right? If you poor, they want you out of here. Classes. What is your class? Right? What is your class? You know, Ashara, I wonder, you know, say the Edomite that's in the ghetto, growing up with us, struggling with us. I have always looked at them and wondered, what did you do to your people? What happened to you that you winded up around here with us? Right? I have some folks that I was raised with. They had every struggle we had. And I'm like, we're black, but you, what did you do? You know? I seen quite a few of them have to toughen up. They were slapping them around at first and things like that. And then they just toughened up, you know? Became one of us. Sagging in some khakis, some braids and all of that. You know, straight gang bangers. I kid you not. Got a homie named Snow Low. Know a guy named Milk. You know? Straight white dude. Talk with a deep voice like a brother. You close your eyes, you would think you talking to a black dude. Looks, the only thing different is the look. You know? So, yeah, they did something. You don't just wind up in the ghetto because, you know, what happened to us was systemic. That was done on purpose. You're not supposed to share a neighborhood and a lifestyle with us. If that happened, what happened with your people? But I know that Edom does that like that. I'm cutting you out of my will, right? Get out of here, you know? Cut you off. Shut everything off. And guess what? That's why you can't trust nothing that you look at in this earth. Because you may think they're getting the short end of the stick, and it's a sad reality and all of this and that. But man, they done came off in this ghetto, and guess who they was in that ghetto with? The children of Israel, right? Whom salvation is riding on their back. And that's how the Most High did that. Y'all want to get at me? Guess who you gonna have to go through? Them people you've been dogging out. Them people that you counted as nothing, right? Now, cut to the brother with the French braids, the Edomite, that's acting like us, right? Who is one of us? Can't take it from him. He grew up with us. He has the whole mentality of one of us. He is one of us. Right. Raised by us. Like Tarzan. Ha ha ha. Right? You know the subliminal that they was casting with Tarzan. That's an Edomite that grew up around some brothers. Right? And then the intermingling. Right. They got in here and got in this ghetto and got close to these brothers and sisters. You know, they're in a better position to open their ear and receive this. Receive, you know, a black Christ. Receive the salvation. So you never know what you're looking at. You never know. Right? Life will humble you. Running around. Running around thinking we know everything. This life will humble you. You will turn a certain corner and realize you don't know nothing. All right, man, check this out. Check us another one out.
Giving you the mini version. Here you come again.
She said, "Here you come again."
Look at me. Is it coming over here to me? It's a robot. Here he coming over here.
A robot in the hood, y'all.
Oh, it's the in the thing coming this way. He walking back. And look at the kids. Look at the kids. The kids in love with it.
The kids in love with it.
Oh my goodness. And
Elon Musk has arrived.
He has arrived. And this is his army. This is a small version right here.
That's crazy.
This is the baby version of the police. Look at he's waving at them.
Oh my goodness.
He's waving at the kids. Got the kids in love with it.
You
and it's
see
gonna
this?
snatch their mama and daddy right out their arms.
Don't say that.
It's gonna pick up the kids and take the kids with it.
Denise.
I'm telling you what the thing gonna do.
Shh, I'm recording.
What? Oh. Ain't saying nothing. Look, all the kids running out to see you.
with this.
They said, "Hi, robot. Look at the kids,
I want
too.
the robot to come back over here.
He coming back. Police over there. They giving you the
That's
mini
crazy.
version. He ain't coming again.
Looked in the car next to us, saw one of them things sitting up there, sitting in the passenger seat. With some man. But getting them things acquainted, when you start seeing them, know that that's just the tip of the iceberg, and it's something much deeper behind it. Fear? Nah, not fear. Preparation. Get ready. We don't have the time that we think we got. Before reality is ugly for us, right? Before society takes a turn. Right? They are trying to kill us. Which is, that's fine and dandy, right? Everybody gotta die, right? We're not under the impression that we was about to live forever. We know we gotta go eventually. But should we be using these moments right now doing something with purpose? Or should we be sitting here scrolling reels that don't mean nothing, right? Or are we in these scriptures and perfecting our walk and educating ourselves on what we're putting in our mouth? Right? It's time for a higher consciousness. And guess what? Guess what that comes with? Food, y'all. Diet is a great, great big part of our mental state and what's important to us and all of that, and our mood and our mentality. They can put something in your mouth and turn you into whoever they want you to be. Whoever they could make you do whatever they want you to do if they could put something in your mouth. Right? That's dangerous. They could get something in your mouth, they got access to your whole body. Let's see what this is.
That's a whole nother story. You guys are the animals you guys are eating are not even natural animal, bro. That's one of the craziest part about it. You're not eating no natural animal. Okay? The cow that you're eating is farm raised. Okay, they vaccinate those cows. Yes, they do. Go look it up. So you're actually eating.
So, we went all extra hard on them vaccines, didn't we? What did we think? They were just going to give up? We thought they were just going to give up, huh? No. They're going to get that vaccine in you if it's the last thing that they do. Oh, you're going to get this vaccine, right? All they got to do is shoot the cattle that they feeding us in the grocery store. Voila, you took the vaccine, right? Are we not in a hurry to get off of that? Knowing this, it would be smart, right?
The freaking jabs and the poisons that they were trying to inject you with anyway. That's a whole nother story. You guys are not ready for that. Okay. The other factor is this, right? Even the chicken that you're eating is a cloned animal. It's not even the real jungle fowl. It's not like you went off into the jungle.
It's a red jungle fowl mixed with, I think they said, a gray jungle fowl, right? And the meat from chicken, it breaks down into a toxin that causes free radicals. The chicken, right?
And be like, yo, I'm gonna be right back. And I see you come back with some wild chicken or some wild birds or something. Okay, you're eating a cloned animal. And again, what natural animal do you know that grows to full maturity in 6 weeks? And this is the reason why you're sick. The body is the temple of God, but your temple have become filthy because of the conditioning and because of the quality of the foods that you eat.
We are the Israelites. Nobody should be telling us anything about God, right? We are supposed to be His chosen people. How are we the chosen people of the Most High and we don't know what He made and did not make? Shouldn't we know that? I don't like that. I don't like that we the big bad 12 tribes. Some guy like this right here with his head covered so he don't honor Christ. What's that hanging on his neck? You know what I mean? Some type of a charm or something. We're gonna do something on the charms too. Right? Some type of charm hanging on his neck. I don't like that they're able to tell us something about food and diet. What are we, a joke? How are they able to tell us about our Father? I don't like that. Why are we eating to die? Rest in peace. Another brother passed away, y'all. Passed away. And man, Yikes. Let me send this information over to my email where I could retrieve it and share a few things with you guys, man. Play this.
You're not eating God's food, so how are you going to get closer to God? Think about it. You're not eating God's food, so how are you going to get closer to God? The animals you guys are eating are not even natural animal, bro. That's one of the craziest part about it. You're not eating no natural animal. Okay? The cow that you're eating is farm raised. Okay, they vaccinate those cows. Yes, they do. Go look it up. So you're actually eating the freaking jabs and the poisons that they were trying to inject you with anyway. That's a whole nother story. You guys are not ready for that. Okay? The other factor is this, right? Even the chicken that you're eating is a cloned animal. It's not even the real jungle fowl. It's not like you went off into the jungle and be like, yo, I'm gonna be right back. And I see you come back with some wild chicken or some wild birds or something. Okay? You're eating a cloned animal. And again, what natural animal do you know that grows to full maturity in 6 weeks? And this is the reason why you're sick. The body is the temple of God, but your temple have become filthy because of the conditioning and because of the quality of the foods that you eat. You're not eating God's food, so how are you going to get closer to God? Think about it. You're not eating God's food, so how are you going to get closer to God? The animals you guys are eating are not even natural animal, bro. That's one of the craziest part about it. You're not eating no natural animal. Okay? The cow that you're eating is farm raised. Okay, they vaccinate those cows. Yes, they do. Go look it up. So you're actually eating the freaking jabs and the poisons that they were trying to inject you with anyway. That's a whole nother story. You guys are not ready for that. Okay? The other factor is this, right? Even the chicken that you're eating is a cloned animal. It's not even the real jungle fowl. It's not like you went off into the jungle and be like, yo, I'm gonna be right back. And I see you come back with some wild chicken or some wild birds or something. Okay? You're eating a cloned animal. And again, what natural animal do you know that grows to
a cloned animal, y'all? A cloned animal. So it's fake. It's not real. It's a person's science project. And that's what it's going to do. It's going to kill us. It's going to kill us. When on the other hand, what the Most High made, man, it not only uh, not kill us, but we'll live long and still be looking good. Skin still be together, right? The video we showed the other day with the man 77 years old crashing down on his knees. If you remember that, right? You be in your 70s and 80s and still looking young and still doing things that young people do. Matter of fact, that young people can't do. You know? And be healthy and together and living long. Right? But on the other hand, we're eating this stuff and it's killing us. It's putting us in an early box. We're deteriorating. And there's a lot of signs. I ignored them. I knew things was wrong with me. I just kept on just moseying on along, right? We gotta listen. We gotta listen to our bodies. It's telling you. Sneeze attacks, right? Pain. For no good reason, you just, you got pain in your knees. You got pain somewhere in your body. You got a pain that you keep getting in your side. You drink the wrong drink and your neck will clench up. Things of a nature like this, there's plenty of signs. Sometimes you eat out of nowhere, you gotta vomit. Signs. Sometimes you eat a meal. You eat a meal, and out of nowhere, you come down with a 24-hour stomach flu, right? Where it feels like the flu, and you're running in the bathroom, and you don't know what end of yourself to put in the toilet, because it's trying to come out the bottom and the top, right? For 24 hours. All of a sudden, you wake up in the morning and it's like nothing happened, right? Yeah. You put it in your mouth. It disagreed with you. You threw it up, right? It came out the bottom and the top. You expelled it. You sweated it out. These are all outlets to get rid of what? Toxins, fam. Toxins. Something in your body that don't belong in there that's coming out. It's coming out, and it will not be told no. You're going to have diarrhea. You're going to vomit. You're going to sweat. It'll come out through sores. Right? It's going to come out of your body. Shout out to the people who can't keep their eyes dry. For some reason, your eyes just keep on watering. Right? Snotty nose, all of that. It's expelling. You are expelling toxins from what you're eating. Let's watch something else. Oh, whoa. Yeah, let's watch that one. Let's have a look at this, right? Oh, oh, oh.
I can't stress it enough. If you got food at home and you could cook it, eat at home. Eat at home because you don't know what's going on in the kitchen in these restaurants. Oh man, that's disgusting.
Dump the dustpan in the soup. Dump the dustpan in the soup. Right? Are you still trusting these people to cook you a meal from behind a wall? All right. See what this is here.
A package and they issued you a receipt, your birth certificate. You ever ask why it's called a currency? Because you've been generating power for the system since day one. You got delivered into a building called a hospital, which comes from the word hospice, meaning to host a guest. But what if you weren't the guest, you were the host? They handed your parents a birth certificate like a receipt. Your name got put in all caps. They assigned you a number, and just like that, you became an asset. But this isn't just about money. This is about energy. Why do they call it current events? Why does your body run on currents? Why is your paycheck called a charge and your work called a power source? Because you are a literal generator, a spiritual battery disguised as a citizen. And every system you plug into, your school, your work, your religion, law, was all built to harvest your frequency. Not money, your signal. You don't just pay bills, you pay bills with your soul energy. And the crazy part is, most people will never unplug from the grid long enough to realize that. I hope this resonated with someone. Please like and follow and share. So please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mike Therapy. Link in my bio.
What did she just say?
You didn't get born, you got delivered. Just like a product, just like a package. And
You didn't get born. You got delivered. Just like a product, just like a package. Tell me more.
issued your receipt, your birth certificate.
Issued your receipt, which is a birth certificate.
You ever ask why it's called a currency? Because you've been generating power for the system since day one. You got
Currency. Wow. We are electric beings, y'all. We are electric beings. Guess what that's called? Alkaline, right? Guess what its enemy is? Acid. Acid. When you put acid on electricity, right? When that stuff bubbles up on your battery, what does it do? It'll eat your battery terminal up, won't it? You won't be able to clamp nothing on it because it'll just crush and crumble. Won't it? It turn white and bubble up. That's called oxidation, which is rust. That's what cancer is, family. That's cancer to this body. So we got to be careful with acid. We got to keep the acid below. I believe it's a 6.9. If the acid becomes a 7, ain't that strange? That's the most highest number, ain't it? The 7. If that acidic number rises above a 6.9 and go into the 7s, you're on a countdown to cancer. And that's the way you heal. You gotta bring your alkaline level up, and you will heal. You'll heal. There's 14, right? There's 14, I believe. There's enough for you to have 7 alkaline, 7 acidic. You do need some acid. If you have no acid, you won't break down your food. You'll put something in your mouth and it'll come out the back the same way it went in the front. I dealt with that too. When I found out about alkaline, I went crazy. Right? And I went hard alkaline to where I didn't have enough acid in my body to break down my food. Guess what? Not even acid is strong enough to break down. Hey, Smokey, you've been eating corn, huh? Remember that? Ezel, when he caught Smokey. Hey, Smokey, you've been eating corn, huh? Right? The acid in our body is not breaking that corn down, y'all. See that? Dangerous, y'all. But, yeah. We got to get our alkaline up. We got to keep our alkaline up. We got to keep our acid below a 6.9. Right? Once our acid is a 7.2 and our alkaline is a 6.8, we in trouble, right? We just slowly start, breaking down. So, acidosis is what they call it when you done dug too deep into that alkaline side and your acid is very high, right? Imagine if your acid is an 8, 9, 10, right? That's when you break down. Oh, you'll be ugly, right? Your skin, you'll have bad skin. You'll be sick all the time. You'll be weak. This is what's going on with them people who we see and they fall and they break bones just from a simple trip and fall. You ever known a person like that? Different little places we used to work and things like that where they have patients and different little things when people just have bad health, always sick. They acidic, man. And their body is breaking down. And that comes from our food choices. So, the things that are alkaline, I don't care what you're eating. Make sure you add some of that. Make sure you add alkaline foods. because you don't want to let that alkaline get too low and that acidic to get too hot. You're a cancer you're a cancer risk at that point. And you just waiting for the diagnosis. Your body will not be able to fight it off when you come down with something. Right? Let me transfer this over here. Brother Tawab, Yasha Allah. All right, well, let me see. Get this sent over. Okay, got that. Let's listen to some more of her.
I delivered into a building called a hospital, which comes from the word hospice, meaning to host a guest. But what if you weren't the guest, you were the host? They handed your parents a birth certificate like a receipt. Your name got put in all caps. They assigned you a number, and just like that, you became an asset. But this isn't just about money. This is about energy. Why do they call it current events? Why does your body run on currents? Why is your paycheck called a charge and your work called a power source? Because you are a literal generator, a spiritual battery disguised as a citizen. And every system you plug into, your school, your work, your religion, law, was all built to harvest your frequency. Not money, your signal. You don't just pay bills, you pay bills with your soul energy. And the crazy part is, most people will never unplug from the grid long enough to realize that. I hope this resonated with someone. Please like and follow and share. So please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mike Therapy. Link in my bio.
Wow. How deep is that? Makes you want to think. Makes you want to think, doesn't it?
And the blood and the leg came to him in the temple, and he healed them. That's something that don't go on in the church today either. That's right. Nobody gets healed anymore. People walk in sick, and they leave sick.
our brother right there.
And we're out here to bring forth the truth.
It's our brother Tawab Yasha Allah. Rest in peace. He just passed away, y'all. He had some blood clots and they stopped his heart. Right? He was 57 years old. He had blood clots in his lungs. Right? His wife is supposed to call in and chop it up with us. Right? One second. See something here. Pull my man up really quick. Right. Rest peacefully. Pray my brother is in the bosom of Abraham, or maybe even, to the sapphire. Definitely was doing the work. Definitely was out there on the corner, doing the highest form of work for Christ. Right? All praises to the Most High. So our brother right there, y'all. It's a sad situation. How many of us, y'all? How many we gonna lose before we make these stands to start living different, start eating different, y'all? Start taking better care of ourselves. Realize that we're being poisoned and find what's safe and eat that. Right? It's not our fault. We are being murdered, y'all. We're being killed. Right? 50 years ago, food wasn't killing us 50 years ago, fam. Right? Nah. That's a new thing. Right? What was this? The 99702? Shalom, sister.
Shalom, brother. Shalom.
All praises to the Most High. Say again.
I said I'm here with my daughter.
Praises to the Most High. My condolences to you, sister.
Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, yeah. I do apologize, and I pray comfort to you and your family.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
We're just trying to, strong and hang in there. It's hard when you lose your shepherd.
yeah,
And he ran faithfully for 17 years. He didn't waver. He was hardcore for the Lord. He didn't waver at all.
yeah,
And I'm proud of him, and I'm blessed to be his wife.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to what you were saying about the eating healthy and everything. And actually, he was healthy. He started eating healthy. He lost like 56 pounds from January up until when he passed away. He lost 56 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
and 5 weeks ago, it started off as a cold. And, we believe in the herbs and the roots. And, I was making him his different teas and everything. And some days he seemed to be better,
Mm-hmm.
and not this Sunday just past, but the Sunday before that, he started not feeling well. He said he had some pains on his left side of his chest. I took him to the ER. They gave him a X-ray. They couldn't find nothing wrong with him. He was healthy. We didn't know. He just had a little cough. And then they said, well, they gave him a referral to see a heart specialist, a heart doctor. We went there Thursday. She couldn't find nothing wrong with him. She was like, you're fine. Maybe you're a little anemic, get you some iron. So I started giving him his iron. And then we left the doctor's office, and he didn't look too well to me. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to take you home like this. We went to a different ER. And while we were sitting there for them to call his name, his health just started decreasing rapidly. And
What?
within 5 hours, his health just started going down quickly.
Yes.
Started saying he couldn't breathe. I can't breathe. So the hospital was kind of busy, the ER. So I kept going up there. I went up there like 3 times. And the 4th time, I'm up there, and he's yelling, I can't breathe. And the nurse tells me, wait till your turn. And I said, no way. I said, my husband is dying. Somebody come get him. He needs help. So they came and got him. And by the time they was done giving him an EKG, and they brought him back, and he just, he looked up at me, and he just said, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And they took him in the back, and like 40 minutes later, he was gone.
Yeah.
It happened so quick, It just happened so quick. And the kind of ministry we have, we pray, we warfare, we believe in healing and deliverance. So, my daughters was with me, the people at home, we had people on conference call, and we were trying to pray. We prayed for hours, and I guess the Lord just saw fit to take him.
Mm-hmm.
But it happened so quick, we just couldn't believe it happened. Within 5 hours, he was gone.
Wow. From doing just fine.
And it's hard. It's hard because, we had our ministry for 17 years. And then it's like the shepherd, he was taken. And he had a physical a couple of months back. He was fine. He was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
We keep the dietary law. We've been keeping the dietary law for 17 years.
Yeah.
We just don't know what happened. And you know what happened? We finally got home like 2:30 a.m. Friday morning, and before I can sit down, someone called me for organ donor, and I said absolutely not.
Yeah.
I had just got home, and I had been sitting down for maybe like 2 minutes, and someone called me at 2:30 a.m. to try to get his organs that quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just hurt. I can't. We was married for 37 years. He's he was all I knew, and then we came into the Lord, to the truth together, and we've been serving ever since together. We never fell off. We never wavered. We never stopped. We went hard.
Mm-hmm.
We went hard for the Lord.
Yes. Yes.
And I know he's the best. It's not a shadow of doubt. I know he's in Abraham's bosom.
Or he might be
It's
somewhere
hard
else.
because I'm a sister.
He might have went up. I went up.
You went up?
I went up.
My grandbaby, who's 2 years old, today, she grabbed both of my hands and she looked me in the eyes and she said, Papa is in the clouds. I said, what? She said, Papa is in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what do you mean? She said, Papa is in the clouds. And, I just looked at her because I'm like, I know she just turned 2 years old. She don't even really know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. She does, though.
But,
out of the mouth
yeah,
of
she
babes, right?
Exactly. Yes. 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 Yes.
She knows what she's
I
talking
think
about.
That's what she said, Papa is in the clouds. But my husband always shepherd. He said, wife, I love you, but you're not going to come between me and my Lord and Savior. He said, he called me, I'm out of here. And he loved that song you made, that sick of defecation. He said he ready to get rid of this body. That song you made.
Yeah.
That was one of the spiritual body. Yeah, spiritual body. That was one of his favorite songs. And he said, you just make sure you do what you got to do so you can meet me there. He said, because the Lord Yeshua called to me, I'm out of here. And that's what he did. Like, he went so quick. He ran on for the Lord. Could nobody stop him. Yeshua called him home.
Yeah.
But and what's going on now is with the and this is the first time I'm ever hearing of this because we grew up in Illinois, Chicago, but we're in Rochester, New York. And what's going on now? The funeral home is saying his funeral is this Saturday, and they won't bury him unless we have the full cost up front.
The what?
And so the cost for the burial,
yeah,
they won't bury him unless we have the cost up front. And so we were just calling in to see if we can get some help or some kind of love or something to help bury our shepherd, if that's okay.
Absolutely. You got something you can send me, a link or something that you can send me to Plant Vineyards 144 at gmail.com, and I'll put it on this screen right now, so the family can.
Okay.
Say again.
We have a Cash App. We have a Cash App. We don't have a GoFundMe because the funeral is this Saturday, and they said with the GoFundMe, if we did make one, it won't be available in time enough for the funeral.
Okay.
So I don't know if people are comfortable with the. It's a Cash App for the ministry.
All right. Send me that.
Okay, can I have that?
Send me that.
Can you give it to me one more time?
Do a screenshot and send me that right there. It's Plant Vineyards PLANTVINEYARDS 144 at Gmail.
Okay. I'll have my daughter to send it right away. And we're so grateful. We're just grateful for what anyone can help us with.
Yeah,
And please just keep us in prayer.
definitely.
We have a lot. We had a young ministry. We had a lot of people in their 20s, a lot of children. There's a lot of young people, you know.
Yeah.
And we all hurting right now. But we're gonna stick together like he taught us, and we're gonna be strong.
Right.
So are you sending it now? Oh, I don't. She sent it. I don't know if you have it.
Real quick.
What's the send to the Gift to the Wilderness? It should be the email come from is Gift to the Wilderness at gmail.com. Is that what the one you sent it to? Oh, it's actually Shepherd Tawaz. Shepherd Tawaz? Or what is the rest? Earl McLaurin 7 at gmail.com. That was the Gift to the Wilderness.
Yeah, I pray we're able to help, because I know how that is. They make it so hard for us to get a decent burial, because they know that that's the way in our law. We're supposed to pass away and bury. You know, we're not supposed to be doing the other stuff, the cremations and all of that. You know,
Right.
that's against our law, and they make that cheap. They make that very cheap.
Yeah, they do. And a lot of the cemeteries we looked at, a lot of them was like overgrown and trashy. They was not well kept. So, and those are the ones that, you know, that's kind of in the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were not well kept. And then a lot of them had a lot of the idols, the statues, and I know he wouldn't have went for that. So we had to kind of find something that was kind of kept up and didn't have all these idols and everything around.
Right.
But you know, they was nice to us and everything. But then when it came for the payment, you know, faces kind of changed.
If you can see this on the
You know,
screen, if you could see this on the screen, we would appreciate any and all donations. Nothing is too small. Nothing is too big. Right? This is one of our shepherds. Worked hard, went hard for 17 years for Christ, and has passed away, fam. And yeah, that's definitely diet. You know, blood clots. Yeah, that's ginger. Ginger would have broke that down. Cayenne pepper would have broke that down. Uh, garlic, but I'm trying to get off of the garlic. I'm hearing that the garlic is a death sentence. It helps a lot of things. It helps a lot of
That's what I was
things,
telling him.
but in the long run, it harms you too. I believe it's highly acidic. So we got to be careful with
Uh,
all acid. Like I was saying, we got to keep our acid below a 6.9.
uh,
When we spill over into the sevens with our acid, we're at risk for all type of disease. Uh, all disease needs that type of environment to thrive. You know, if we keep our alkalines up, nothing can't even survive inside of us. It dies because the body replenishes and repairs itself, right? If
yes, it does.
if we
Yeah.
if we split our arm wide open, what's gonna happen? It's gonna seal up and heal up. It's gonna close itself up. It's gonna scab, and when that scab peel off, it's like you was never opened. So if it's doing that on the outside, it's doing that on the inside. So don't believe it's no disease that you can't get rid of. They are lying.
That's right.
All right. So Elder Tawab, dollar sign Elder Tawab. And I mean, let's get on this mission, fam. You know, or don't. Or don't, you know. I know how it is to be crying out to some people that don't care, you know. And if that's the case here, then all praises to the Most High, you know, because I know I've been talking what I've been talking about, what, 2, 3 months, something like that. We've been going live and chopping it up. And you know what I'm saying? We got to get these vineyards planted, and Israel needs to start feeding Israel. Because we see what
Yeah.
happens.
Sure.
We see what happened when we put our food in these other people's hands. Same thing that happened when we put our church in their hands. Same thing that happened when we put our hospital and our healing mechanisms in their hands. Same thing that
Yeah.
happened when we put our justice system in their hands. That's what the law was for. The law is really a law. It's not running a stoplight. It's lying. It's sinning, right? Not this law that changes every year. No, our law is set in stone. That's the law of the Israelites, given to us by God. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery, right? Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. How about that, huh? Thou shalt have no other God before me. How do you put another God before the Most High? You do what that other God says do. And you done rolled over. You done became me, myself. I have become an idolater, right? If I'm hobnobbing with another God, that's what made him sit us in the ghetto, right? So how long are we going to talk this big bad tribe of Judah, blah, blah, and the enemy is just laughing and just ripping us a new one? I hate that, y'all. I hate that. And the Most High sent me back here from my near death experience with the blueprint, y'all. Right? It's called First Corinthians chapter 13, and also plant a vineyard, feed yourself, make your own stuff. right? Because we're not gonna put we don't even have anything that'll kill us. How did they get their hands on stuff that's gonna kill us if we eat it, y'all? If we cook our stuff at home, right? We ain't gonna put nothing in there. We can't put something in our food that's gonna kill us. We gonna chop up some vegetables. We gonna season it, right? And we're gonna eat. It's gonna be full of fibers and minerals, and you know what I'm saying. We're gonna expel it properly and everything. It ain't gonna be none left up in us hiding because it's really the same thing that plastic is made out of, right? If you sit a bun on your table and it never spoils, that might as well be your child's toy, right? It's plastic, y'all. Just because it don't say plastic, look at the ingredients in plastic. You're going to read the same thing in your food. What is it? Things to preserve it, things to stop it from spoiling. What's that? Plastic. Plastic and acid. So, and this platform is open for anybody who want to bring some of this. What's going on with our loved ones out there. This is a very sensitive subject, y'all. We are talking about life and death here of the people that we love. Don't wait until it's at your doorstep. Let's get this thing together and feed ourselves, right? We're going to leave today or tomorrow and we're going to spend coins on plastic food. And then these are going to keep coming. Another one of our beloved, It's nonstop. It's nonstop, y'all. 57. What do I always say? We ain't making it into our 60s no more, right? Ain't I saying that? Our 50s, y'all. What I say? We going out in our 50s, and that's without a gun or a knife. The Ku Klux Klan, they didn't stop, y'all. They just poisoned us. Back when the food was healthy, we hung from trees. Now we ain't hanging on them trees no more, but the death is in the grocery store. Right? So please, y'all, I love y'all dearly. I love us, right? And may our brother rest peacefully in the bosom of Abraham, or maybe he went to the sapphire. It sounds like he might have went to that sapphire. He's doing he got his charity up. If he on the corner yelling, that charity is up, y'all. Right? He's doing what he had to do. He was taking it to the public in the name of Christ. Con and man, all praises to the Most High. Let's get serious, right? We need to become men and women and put away childish things, like our chapter says. Right? You got anything else for us, my sister?
No, that's it. And thank you so much for your help, brother. Thank
Yeah.
everybody, all families. Thank
Yeah.
the family for your prayers, love, and support.
Yes, yes. We'll be in touch. Uh, we'll be speaking and checking up on you and things like that, and making sure things get right, and going up for you tonight in prayer, right? Whatever y'all can bring forward out there, if you're listening, uh, nothing too big, nothing too small, and if nothing else, prayer.
Yes.
Please lift us up, right? Brother Elder Tawab, Yasha Allah, right? He's on his 7-day journey, right? Possibly.
Yes, he is.
You know.
Yes.
And all right, sister, I'll be in touch with you.
Thank you, brother, so much. Thank you, family. Love you all.
All right.
Shalom.
Shalom.
You are the last party in the conference.
Okay, I'm gonna hang that up. Hang that up. Cause y'all ain't talking about nothing. Y'all don't appreciate the Most High or nothing. So, or maybe it's my fault. Whatever the case may be, I'm gonna jump on off of here, man. You know, because it's sad. They're not stopping. The deaths are not stopping. The notifications are not stopping. Every time my phone make a noise, I am nervous. I'm like, what is it now? Almost paranoid, right? Because it's a target on our back. And we ain't moving. Let me see that. Huh? Let me see. What about aloe? That's acidic. Aloe vera. It's acidic. You gotta be careful with that. Gotta be careful with that. Let's see. Let me see. Grab us another video, I guess. Y'all want to watch another video? Let's talk some more about starch. Starch, starch, starch. There's the man. Dr. Sabi is in the building.
2 years ago, and I could. Milk has calcium. I stopped drinking milk 42 years ago, and I could fall on my knees. You drink milk with moringa, you're not going to fall on your knees at 73. You will leave your knees down there. Anything that God made is on the alkali side. Why? The molecular structure is complete. It was made by nature, not man. Anything that nature makes has no starch. Anything that man made has to have starch, because starch is a binder. Starch is not a food. Starch is a chemical. Milk has calcium. I stopped drinking milk 42 years ago, and I could fall on my knees. You drink milk with moringa, you're not going to fall on your knees at 73. You will leave your knees down there. Anything that God made is on the alkali side. Why? The molecular structure is complete. It was made by nature, not man. Anything that nature makes has no starch.
Anything that nature makes has no starch.
The man-made has to have starch, because
Man-made products have to have starch. Why? He's going to tell us.
starch is a binder.
Because it's a binder, y'all. It's what's making this stuff stick together. Starch. Right? The Most High did not need no binder for what he created for us, y'all. Right? That reminds me of what Moses was going through. Every trick the Most High did through him, they figured out how to duplicate it, right? He put blood in the water, they put dye. And dye is killing so many of us today. It's tearing us up, right? Right? Red 40, blue 1, yellow 5, right? Dyes, y'all. Straight cancer. So many people in this country have cancer, and it's so many different types, so many different names, right? Some of them you could live 5 years with. Some of them you got 6 months. It'll just eat you up from the inside out. Starch, fam. Potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Right? We talk about the sweet potatoes like they're better. Nah. That sugar content in them things is high. That's breaking down into the same stuff that it would break down if you was eating cookies and cakes and pies. That stuff didn't naturally go into anything, fam.
Starch is not a food. Starch is a chemical. Milk has calcium.
Starch is not a food. Starch is a chemical. Did you hear that?
Drinking milk.
They didn't kill this man for nothing. Right?
42 years ago.
I stopped drinking milk 42 years ago, and then he drops on his knees to where the whole classroom can hear it. This man was 80 something, y'all. Bang, you hear him? Bang.
Go. And I could fall on my knees. You drink milk with moringa, you're not going to fall on your knees at 73.
You drink milk, you're not going to fall on your knees at 73. Why?
You're going to leave your knees down there.
You're going to leave your knees down there, right?
Anything that God made is on the alkali side.
Anything that the Most High made is on the alkaline side, right? It's going to be 7 and up. It's going to be 7 and up. That's how it's rated by a 14, right? You have 7 on the alkaline side. You have 7 on the acidic side. Right? So we, just like what we eat, we have to stay even. Matter of fact, we should be a little bit on the alkaline side. Cancer cannot survive in an alkaline, right? Which is what? Electricity, fam. So, what we eat has to have an electric alkaline charge. And it balances or feeds our alkaline side. Right? So, the people who have that cancer, all they got to do is just start eating alkaline. And that's when you're going to care what's acidic. That's when you're going to care what starch is. Right? So, a lot of this talking that I'm doing, I'm not even talking to you guys who are well and healthy, right? But it will be wise to jump on this now. Don't wait until you got cancer and you're racing the clock trying to kill it before it kills you, right? Of course, that wouldn't be wise to wait till you're in that situation. But I'm talking mainly to us who have health problems, right? You already in the car. You already in the car and it's going somewhere. It has a destination. You're in the vehicle, right? You're on the clock right now. You're racing it. You got that high blood pressure, or you dealing with this diabetes type thing, and they trying to feed you this insulin and metformin and all of this type of stuff like this. If you're trying to watch your sugar intake and you're losing, right? Because, oh, we so set in our ways, ain't we? We be trying. We be having the idea to eat better and stay away from the sweets and, you know, but then, man, I just gotta have that brownie, right? Gotta have that piece of pie or whatever your weakness is, right? And it's like, man, I'm failing, and you know it when you're peeling the wrapper off of it. First of all, if you're peeling the wrapper off, woo, you know it was once upon a time that plastic was nowhere around your food. Not from when the birth of it to when it went in your belly. If you gotta rip plastic off of it, that is a product. That is not food. That's a product. Right? The same way you gotta rip toys out of plastic. Right? They put that plastic on it so that they can put that barcode on it so that that barcode can get scanned and then they can get paid. Right? So, come on, Sabi.
Why? The molecular structure is complete.
The molecular structure is complete with what the Most High makes. Right? He don't need no binder. He don't need starch. He don't need something to help all of his ingredients stick together. See, they done whipped up a whole bunch of strange ingredients, and then they need something to make that stuff stick together. Here comes your starch, right?
Made by nature, not man. Anything that nature makes has no starch. Anything that man made has to have starch because starch is a binder. Starch is not a food. Starch is a chemical. The egg has calcium. I stopped drinking milk 42 years ago. And I could.
Right. One more. On a lighter note, real quick, y'all. Let's talk about one of the ways how we could fix it. All right, let's pull out something in the way of healing. Let's go out with some good news. Good news here. For the few of us that's left,
ago, I stopped drinking water. Not a single sip. 12 months ago, I stopped drinking water. Not a single sip from the tap. Not a single bottle. And no, I didn't dry out. And I didn't collapse from dehydration. I came alive. Because what I was drinking before, it wasn't water. Tap water is recycled toilet water cleaned with chemicals with added fluoride, heavy metals, and so many other toxins. Under the guidance of Professor Arisa Tham, I made a decision to stop drinking dead water and start hydrating with living electric water. Water that comes from plants, not pipes, not factories, and not filtered through machines or plastic. My water comes from cucumbers, watermelon, coconuts, celery. This is my water. This is hydration in its purest, most natural form. It's structured, it's high frequency, and it moves through my cells like light. And since then, my skin's changed, my digestion's improved, my mood, my energy, my clarity, everything has shifted. Because I stopped pouring in what my body couldn't use, and I started feeding it with what it was designed to receive. I only hydrate from plants. That is why I juice every single day, because juicing isn't a trend for me, it's how I drink water. So here's to 1 year of not drinking water and choosing life instead. 12 months ago, I stopped drinking water. Not a single sip from the tap, not a
right? H3O2, fam. Fruit juices, right? That's a great place to lean, fam. I just made me a fresh juice yesterday. It's almost gone. I'm about to go to the store. As soon as I get off of here, I'm about to go to the store and get me some more stuff to juice with. Right? I took some peaches cut it with some apple and some pineapples. And man, it's delicious, and it's feeling and things like that. I try not to eat after dark, so I was hungry after dark, but I juiced that stuff and I drunk it, and I was good. I didn't need to go eating nothing. It held me over. Right? So yeah, but just add some of that to your diet, even if you keep all of the rest of the other stuff up. Even if you just add that, you're still putting that alkaline in your body, fam. You're still putting it in there. And it's gonna go to work, and it's gonna do what the Father made it to do, y'all. It's gonna heal, right?
You took your husband from he's going to be on medication for the rest of his life, yes, to not needing the medication at all. April 17th was his last day taking medication. And he has not taken the medication? Has not touched it. How did you do this? Right? How did you heal him? With God's food, literally. In 8 days. God's food. That's how quickly. See,
With God's food. Listen to her. Everybody who we hear, they get sick. This is the way up out of that. This the way out right here. They talking about.
How did you do this? Right? How did you heal him? With God's food, literally. In 8 days. God's food. That's how quickly. See, we discount the power of God's food. 3 principles. Eat the food God called food. Eat it as close to its original state as possible. Like eat the orange versus drinking the orange juice, right? Right. Eat God's whole food. Like eat the whole cauliflower versus the cauliflower rice, okay? The broccoli shouldn't be mushy, okay? The cabbage shouldn't be mushy. Collard greens shouldn't be mushy, right? There's no nutritional value when it's like that. So eat it as close to its original state as possible. Yeah, as close to its original state as have a little crunch to it, right? Carrots shouldn't be mushy, right? That's where the nutrients are, right? And then the
Don't eat no carrots at all.
third principle is do not allow any food to become your God, which means no addictions.
Don't allow any food to become your God. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Right? He said don't harm this temple. So if we're harming this temple, we're putting another God before him. There is a God that says, harm your temple. Right? We got to stop doing everything that we're doing against this temple. The same way we had to stop drinking and smoking and doing drugs and, you know what I'm saying, whatever else we was doing that was harming us. Now it's down to the food. Right? They're going to have to find another way to come against us. We're going to be too strong. We're going to be too strong. They're going to have to find another way to come against us. And that's when they just going to come all out war. They're going to have to go back to the way that they was doing it, right? They're going to have to go back to doing it like that. They're going to have to jump right. They're going to have to jump back in the back of a pickup truck again, right? With a hood on. Nah, the poison is over and all of that. No, you ain't gonna be no coward. You ain't gonna throw no rock and hide your hand. No, jump in the back of your light blue Ford, right? And come down to the hood. like you used to do, right? We ain't seen them around. We ain't seen them around no more, right? They don't gotta come, right? They gave us a sack of drugs and a gun, and then they put it in the food. You know, we eat the food, and it give us a beast nature, and then we shoot each other. And if the gun and the knife don't do it, then you got to your 50s with the food alone, with the starch and the sugar, right? And the free radicals and the acid, all of this stuff, and the chemicals, right? And on that note, family, I love y'all. I hope it's becoming clear uh, why the Most High said what he said and made plain what he made plain, right? He is not playing. He's not playing, y'all. He's serious. We are his children, and when he say stop, and we keep on, then we gotta suffer that. I'm just trying to put it on your mind. Uh, what is this? Ecclesiasticus 37, right? Ecclesiasticus 37 and 27 tells us, my son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. Is that clear? My son, prove thy soul in thy life. Prove your soul. How do you prove your soul? When you open your mouth, know what you're talking about, because your whole soul is riding on what's coming out of your mouth. So when you start talking, do you know what you're talking about? Prove your soul. Know what you're talking about, right? Prove your soul in your life. Don't just be a talker and don't know what you're talking about, right? And that's what's happening. This and that, big bad, chest out, right? Big old beard, tribe of Judah, tribe of Judah. And the enemy is just laughing at you. Yeah, tribe of Judah, huh? Okay, yeah, well, have some of this steak. Have some of this steak, mate, right? Yeah. You like fries, right? Yeah, you guys love fries, huh? Here, all the fries you want, right? Yeah, you heard what I said, Esau. That's right, right? Yeah, give me some more of them fries. You know what I'm saying? Eating to die, y'all. And see what is evil for it. Do you know what is evil for your soul and your life? Do you know what's evil for it, right? Oh, man, they laughed at me so hard. Oh, he said we should not be eating starch. Prove what's good for your soul and your life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. Don't eat that. That's what that means. Find out what you should be eating and not, and follow suit, right? 28. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything. Some souls do. Find out what that is for you. There is some people who have the stomach and the acid and, you know, the capacity to eat things. It doesn't harm them. And there's some people who this puts in a box. Right? Yes, yes, yes. 29. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing. That's food, fam. Be not insatiable. Insatiable? Oh, you can't handle yourself. You have to have it. You are no match at all for this thing, right? You can't resist it. That's insatiable, right? In any dainty thing, what is dainty? That's delicate. That's delicacies, right? Yes, yes, yes. Nor too greedy upon meats. Nor too greedy upon meats. So, if you eat no meat, would you die? If you eat a little bit of meat, would you die? Maybe not. But I bet you if you eat too much meat, you will die. Right? You will. Everything has to be done in moderation. Right? 30. For excess of meat bringeth sickness. Right? And I don't know what that surfeiting will turn unto choler. Right? Whatever that means. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that. But it sounds like something decent going bad, right? It sounds like something you don't want to do. Right? For excess of meat bringeth sickness. So it's something along the lines of that. Something along the lines of meat bringing sickness, right? 31. By surfeiting have many perished. Died, y'all. This is Ecclesiasticus, right? This is in the book. We're talking about this. But he that taketh heed prolongeth his life. Take heed. The Most High was looking down at this earth, looking at us eat our death, and he translated this, fam. When I went into that realm and came back here on this, right? This is what he was, this is all of what he was seeing. I didn't know this when I opened my mouth and started talking how I was talking. I wasn't thinking about this passage right here, but that's pretty vivid, y'all. That's pretty cut and dry. Right? And that's what's gonna happen. Non-stop. This from this book to my experience, it's just gonna constantly continue to prove itself. It's proven itself, y'all. What I said was real, and we're gonna see it, right? And It's a message. That's all it is. Just a message. Let's get busy. Let's get right. Let's get healthy. Right? I'm going to do it. I pray you do it too. Right? Don't think I need anything. Don't think uh don't think that I'm trying to make you need me or anything like that. Do this on your own. I don't even got to know you. But man, preserve your family, man. Right? So I love y'all. I pray y'all have a blessed night. We're going to keep doing these conferences. We're going to keep talking all of this talk that we talking. Right? And y'all will be able to say, well, we been over here talking that, right? Because you're going to see everybody else. They're going to start jumping on this. Even the place where I came from, they're starting to talk more like this. And I'm just waiting for him to just say, yeah, Starch, oh, because he thought it was so funny. He upbraided me. He approached me like I owed him some money. You said you saying that we can't eat starch? I said yes. I said that. Right? And I just want to hear him just say, yeah, we should stay away from the starch, guys. Let's see if your pride is bigger than that, right? Let's see if you're able to roll back on that and correct yourself before the people that you made a joke of me about. Right? All praises to the Most High. Y'all have a blessed night. We'll be